Shaitan Regime. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. It's class 12th economics and I am Abdurrahim from Boys High Secondary School, Taratpura. Dear students, as today our topic is determination of equilibrium, level of income and oblique output. And our subtopic is concept equilibrium, level of output, level of this income oblique output. Dear students, first of all, I will make you clear that what is meant by equilibrium, this concept of equilibrium, level of output and income. Equilibrium level of income refers to that level of income output where AS is equal to AD. That is, aggregate supply is equal to aggregate demand. And dear students, as you all know that AS refers to the desired level of output in the economy. It is the level of GDP that the producers wish to produce or plan to produce during an accounting year. AD, on the other hand, refers to the level of GDP that the buyers wish to buy during an accounting year. The equilibrium GDP means that level of GDP where that the producers wish to produce is exactly equal to what the buyers wish to buy during an accounting year, so that there is no excess production or unwanted stocks with the producers, or there is no shortage of output in relation to the demand. So, dear students, the same as AS is equal to AD, I will try to explain this same topic, equilibrium level, equilibrium income and output, then GDP, and through graphic representation. Dear students, this is OX axis and OY axis. From OX axis, here it is income oblique output, that is GDP, and this is expenditure, C and I, consumption and investment. Here AD intersects the 45 line at point Q, so that Q is the point of equilibrium where AS is equal to AD. This point AS, this AS is equal to AD at this point Q, where this line is intersected with this triangle of 45. This is 45 triangle, 45 degree, not triangle, it is angle 45 degree, where AS is equal to AD. OL is the equilibrium level of output in the economy. OS is the level of economy at the level of output. Now, the desired expenditure on output is equal to desired level of output. All output as planned by the producers is purchased by the buyers in the economy. There are no unwanted or undesired stock with the producers. Now, the same, this equilibrium income oblique output, I will try to make it clear more by tabular this presentation. This is the tabular presentation. Illustrate the equilibrium level of income output GDP in terms of the equilibrium between aggregate demand and aggregate supply. Here, from this table, this is equilibrium in terms of aggregate supply and aggregate demand. From this, we have taken level of employment, level of employment. This is level of employment 000 workers, and the second column is output GDP, aggregate supply rupees crores. This is aggregate demand, this is aggregate supply, while this aggregate demand and crores. From first here it is level of employment, and this of workers here income is here. This is 0, and aggregate this aggregate supply 0 in crores. It is, these are the workers, 000 workers. This is aggregate supply in crores, aggregate demand in crores. At first it is 0, and here the aggregate demand. Aggregate supply is here 0, but at that time this aggregate demand is 20. While the level of employment of workers increased from 0 to 10, the aggregate supply of crores is also 10. This remains same, while as the aggregate demand increases from 20 to 25 rupees crores. And in the same way, when it increases from 10 to 20, 30, and 40, 50, and 60, here it increases in the same ratio, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, but here it increases from 20 to 25, 30, 35, 40, 60, and 65. Now by this graphic representation and by this tabular, I hope now it is clear to you where aggregate supply is equal to aggregate demand here. And this you can see that at this level of employment workers, where it was 40, this is 40, at that time this aggregate of this supply is also 40, and this is 40. That here we can say aggregate of supply is equal to aggregate of demand. Now I hope it is now clear to you, and tomorrow I will come before you with a new lecture. Assalamu alaikum.